Hi everyone, I'm Elaine with the Bawse Body. So today is our very first taping. My recipes, my quick fix recipes, takes about 10 to 15 minutes. The one that I'm making today is the garlic spicy shrimp and sausage noodle. And it sounds complicated, but I promise you it's not. It's very, very simple. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. Calorie wise, it's less than 500 calories, which is great. And it's fulfilling. The second thing is it's 22 grams of protein, which is ideal for when you're in the gym or just getting out of the gym. And what you're trying to do is get that protein in within the first 2 hours after leaving the gym, which is very important. So let's get started. The first ingredient in this recipe is the shrimp. And I use 8 large shrimps, deveined and peeled and cleaned, of course. I cut them in half. And then I go to my sausage. So now what we're going to do, and I run the water, by the way, just a little bit to kind of make sure they're clean. I get 8 large shrimps, and I do peel them, run them under water. As I am cleaning to make sure there is no vein. I cannot stand when I go to a restaurant and the food looks good and you pick up a piece of shrimp and you're ready to bite into it and you see that nasty, ugly vein in it. That tells me a whole lot about their cleaning techniques and what they do, and I won't eat it. So to kind of cut out that process of me having to do the deveining myself, I buy it already deveined. That's 4. I put the shell back in the bag so they don't go down the drain. I take off the tail as well. And after I get done, I do have to wash my hands and get the seafood off. So my biggest thing is I'm a seafood junkie. So I always try to find recipes, create my own recipes that involve seafood. I'm not a big red meat eater. I'm not a big pork eater. Most of the time it's either fish, tuna fish, freshwater fish, saltwater fish that I am eating. So like I said, today we're doing shrimp. So what I tend to do with the shrimp is I cut them in half. So this is how you know how you get to, you know, they can be enough for 2 people. Cause it's like 8 shrimp, that's not enough for 2. Yes, it is. And then I get my sausage. Now I use smoked turkey sausage. Now the content of the smoked turkey sausage is usually high because it's smoked. So I don't use a lot of this because of the sodium. So what I like to do is just use a few pieces for the flavor of the dish. However, you will see, I'll just use 4 pieces. And I'll just cut it from anywhere. And I literally use, see how small these pieces are? 4 pieces. They're like, that's enough? Yeah, it's gonna be enough. You'll see. I stack them. And then I cut them into 4s. All right, so what we're gonna do right now is I'm going to cook the sausage and cook the shrimp. So we're gonna saute it. So my pot is hot, I put it on medium heat. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. In my kitchen, my everyday kitchen, I don't use these fancy things called tongs. I use a fork. So what I do is I'm sauteing the sausage and I'm using these tongs. I'm not a tong user. I'm a fork user. Everything I cook with is with my forks. So we're gonna saute, but for you guys today, I'm using this. I'm trying to be fancy today, but you know, on a normal basis, it's not me. Okay, so we're gonna saute the shrimp, the sausage. I wanna get a nice brown coating on the sausage. So you turn it up to medium high, actually. You wanna get it nice and brown. You want to render off some of the fat, which is very good to do. And again, this is smoked sausage. And once that gets nice and golden and brown, to the color that I'm actually looking for, I will take it out. And then what we're gonna do next, we're gonna do saute the shrimp. So what I do with the shrimp now, I use a little bit of olive oil, and I use about a teaspoon of olive oil, and just enough just to coat the pan, not a lot at all, very little. Again, the goal is to keep your fat intake, sodium intake, and caloric intake, everything down. All right. And turn this down. So this can get nice and pink, which takes about 2 to 3 minutes. It doesn't take very long for the shrimp. Okay, so now that my shrimp and sausage are completely cooked, I put them to the side because I'm almost done. So because the last step, one of the last steps that I'm going to do before I finish this up, I want to give the zucchini noodles time to cook, which only takes about 4 to 5 minutes tops. So what I want to do is don't put these in water because it will become mush. So what you do is you get a baking sheet, open up your zucchini, and this one is about 1 ounce package of zucchini, which is almost a cup. Actually, this is about a cup. And if you, depends on what, how hungry you are, you can actually leave that, or if you want a little bit more, let's go for a little bit more. Okay, so we're doing the zucchini noodles because why? No carbs. We want the texture of pasta without actually eating pasta and eating healthy. So I'm going to do a little bit more. So this is about a cup and a half. And again, if you're doing it for yourself, you can cut it in half. Eat half first day, save the rest for the next day, however you want to do it, or give some to your spouse. So we're going to put this in the oven for 4 to 5 minutes and pull it out. And while that's cooking, I'm going to finish up the last 2 steps of the shrimp and sausage. All right, so what we're going to do is make the sauce. So the sauce that like I told you, the name of this recipe is spicy garlic shrimp and sausage noodle. So the sauce that I use, I actually combine sauces, that I like. And again, you can make this as very spicy as you want, or you can take it down if you don't really like spicy food that much and you only like mild, and you're okay with that. So the 2 that I use is Moore's buffalo sauce, and I use Lawry's herb and garlic sauce, garlic marinade. So I use both of them, but I don't use a whole lot of them, again, because they already have sodium and salt in there. You do want some taste and some flavor without the sodium. Sodium, again, of course, blows you up, which is reversing what you're trying to do in being healthy and cutting out your salt or cutting down your salt. So we're doing just enough for the flavoring, of course. So what I do is I take a tablespoon of the hot sauce, and then I do 2 tablespoons of the garlic herb marinade, and I mix that up. So you have a total of 3 tablespoons here. And as you can see, this is all the sauce that you need. You don't need any more sauce. Again, you're trying to keep sodium down, calories down, so you don't need any more than this. So our zucchini noodles should be ready, so let's get them out of the oven. All right. Yep, these are ready. See that steam coming off of them? That's exactly what you want. You do not want it any more cooked than that. You want it to still be firm. So now that our zucchini noodles are out of the oven, they're ready to go. They're completely cooked and still have a nice crunch to them. You don't want them to become mush. You want them to kind of be al dente, again, in comparisons to pasta noodles without actually being pasta noodles. All right, so now we have our shrimp and sausage. So this is where we add our baby spinach. I do 2 handfuls, sometimes 2.5 handfuls, depends on how big the leaves are of the spinach. And that equates to about 1 cup. So this is what I put. It looks like a lot when you put them down in the pan. However, spinach wilt down very quickly to almost nothing. All right, so while we wait for this spinach to heat up, let me tell you a little bit about myself and why I decided to do this channel and how I came about the Bawse Body. I am 46, a mother of 2. I would say for about 5 to 6 years now, I have been doing fitness, working out. It has been part of my life for a very long time. When I originally started, before the 5 to 6 years, I was actually doing, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Insanity. I was doing Insanity tapes at home, which was killing me in the very beginning, but I stuck to it, moved past that, and then I decided to go into CrossFit. CrossFit was very, very challenging. However, it conditioned me. It definitely helped me to push past what I thought I could not do. With that, I love to eat, but I also like to eat healthy because I don't want all the work that I've done in the gym to be a waste once I sit at the table. And for me, because I like to eat, I try to find alternatives. Now, let's say to say that, I need to say this is, because I like to eat healthy does not mean I don't have my days that I don't reward myself. And I'm going to be honest with you, I do. So one day out of the week, which is preferably a Saturday for me, I always treat myself. And I go and eat whatever it is I want to eat. So, and I've always been that way. I've always, when I talk to women, because I get women who ask me all the time, how do I do what I do? How did I get to where I am? And I go and tell them, and I have no problems telling anyone what it is that I do, how I eat, how I work out to get to where I am today. Do I believe all women can do it? Absolutely. The difference between me and the next woman is the determination, whether or not they're determined to do what they need to do in order to get here. But do I believe everyone can do it? Absolutely. So I created Bawse Body because I just felt that there was a need. Of course, you know, you see a lot of women in their 20s, and no shade, ladies, no shade. However, when you're in your 20s, it's so much more easier to kind of lose weight, to stay fit. As you get older, it's a little bit more difficult to maintain and try to lose weight, to try to look fit, you know, to meet that goal that you're trying to get. So I created Bawse Body for the everyday woman like myself to empower them to go after what they want, the goal-wise, and their fitness goal and their lifestyle and health journey, and to empower them as well as they're here to empower me too. I feel like we can thrive off each other. And I think that in regards to the merchandise, and I created the website for that reason as well, that no matter what your shape is, because every woman is not meant to be a size 2, 4, or 6, that you can look good in your clothes as well as feel good no matter what number you are. So that's the reason why I created Bawse Body, and that's the reason why I created this cooking channel. And I have a lot more recipes coming your way. So this spinach is now wilted down. Look at that. Look at that, guys. So now what I'm gonna do is now add my sauce to this, okay? Add my sauce to this. And again, if you wanna add all the sauce to this, you can. You don't have to, again, because again, this one is spicy. And like I said before, you don't have to make it very spicy. As you can see, there's not a lot of sauce in here. So the last thing I'm gonna do is, because this is complete, you turn off the stove. And I'm gonna take my zucchini noodles. Make sure your zucchini is kind of cut. If you don't wanna try to cut it yourself so you don't have this problem. So you drop this in this bowl, get some shrimp. See how long that one is? We're gonna let it go. All right. And so today I'm putting in 2 bowls because I want my cameraman to taste it so he understands that I know how to cook. Even though he doesn't like spicy food. All right. I want to make sure there's a pretty good serving in each one. So you don't cheat your friends out of their shrimp and sausage. All right, turn the stove off. And then take a little bit of parsley, just a little bit. And we are done. When I say you have no idea what you are missing, and when I tell you how good this is, like, comment, and share, and subscribe. And when you make this recipe, comment below. Let us know what you think, how did it come out for you, and keep an eye out. We have some more stuff coming your way, some more recipes, some more tips. And thank you guys for being with me today.